I hear a lot of what you're saying, but I haven't heard anything about acting. That looks like the one thing that just happened.
Yeah. Even this comedy that I stumbled on, you
just stumbled on things.
I stumbled on.
So when did acting? Were you getting offers, or did you actively explore
acting,
it?
2015, I think it was. These two things happened around the same time. Anyway, the first film I was ever in, and then the first TV show I was ever in. So around the same time, I think the film might have come first. A film called Couple of Days. So a guy had called me that there was a film where he's working on. He wanted me to play a character in there. He's seen the online character, and he wanted me to bring that into film. I was like,
and you were instantly like,
okay, yeah, because I dey watch film. I like to watch film. I would like act film.
You don't act before that?
Before that, no. That's what I'm saying. So this was like the first ever thing, related to acting.
Have you ever thought about acting before that?
Before that, I thought about it.
Okay.
I thought, this is something that I would actually like to do, And then so when the call came, I was like, oh yeah, now let's give them. So I went, I did the film. It wasn't that much of a major role, but it was an interesting role and important in the story as well. And then the second thing, pretty much the one that everyone knows, Jennifer's Diary. I got a call from one of the most amazing people in this industry, by the way, that you never meet, Funke Akindele Bello. She called me, said she had seen, of course, she had seen my character online as well. She wanted me to be in something she was working on. At the time, I don't even think they had started. No, they hadn't started Jennifer's Diary. Something she was working on, blah, 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 planning to drop soon. She wanted me to play a character on there. I was like, mad, yeah, now. I'm down. Of course, you are the Funke Akindele. Am I mad? Let's go, please. So we did that, and coincidentally, that got me my AMVC. Which musician do you know is having AMVC? Now two, by the way.
Yeah, humble brag.
Light work. I have to drop it there. It's more. At least understand.
So what are you more passionate about now? Acting, singing, comedy?
Oh man, I'm just an entertainer. I just like to look at myself as an entertainer. I'm a brand, thankfully, because of, I think, a combined effort of, there's always good luck. Good luck always is a big part of it, When you have some sort of good luck, when the universe is working in your favor, that also is a big part of it. So a combination of that and me trying to strategically direct this to that, a combination of all that has made me such a brand that is an all-encompassing brand.
So what are you?
I'm an entertainer. Of course, no.
So
what I'm known as first, is that what you're asking?
So not what you're known as, but what are you as far as? So here's why I ask. People always tell you that you look at the superstars of the world, Michael Jackson, for whatever he might have done, was a musician, right? Beyonce has acted, but she's a musician, right? Genevieve Nnaji has sang, but she's an actor. Tubaba has acted, but he is a singer. So it's always like you kind of have to be known.
But Falz has acted. He has
so
sang.
What are you?
He has acted. He has sang. He has acted. He has sang.
Yeah.
I'm everything.
You don't think you need to be
I don't need to say that this is me, but I can do this. No, I can do this. 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 Oh, and that's how I've always looked at it. And like I was saying, I made sure I intentionally directed my career in a way that everything merged, because I was deeply concerned at a point. Deeply, deeply concerned. Because I saw it. I would meet people. They'll say, are you not the guy from, oh my God, the guy from the videos. Make us laugh. Make you laugh as how. Say, nice to meet you. Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So it's, at the time I was deeply concerned, like, man, I'm an artist now. I found my music now. So that was what made me intentionally make the effort to merge all and to just try to be that all-encompassing entertainer.
So, Bad Guy Records, is that what you're under?
Bad Guys Entertainment.
Bad Guys Entertainment.
Records.
That's what you're.
Yeah.
That's what you're signed to. Who else is there? Is that just you?
No. There's a very super duper talented artist called Sir Dauda. Yeah, he's also signed to the label. He recently came on, and we've been working back to back. He put out a project titled Love X McKenna just a few months ago. It's getting heard. I think it was during lockdown as well. So it's getting heard. Of course, this year has been challenging, so you can't really do things in the traditional way. But we're trying as much as possible to get his music as far and wide as possible.
I mean, you haven't been signed to anybody else. You've always sort of managed your career. There's also a sort of, I don't want to use the word need, but there's an outlook now. So
Sir Dauda is the future, by the way. Watch out for Sir Dauda.
There's an outlook by a lot of Nigerians now to cross over. Is this something you've thought about?
Crossover to where? Crossover to where, my brother? To go and do what? To go and do what, dear?
Nigeria is enough for you.
To go and do what? Not that Nigeria is enough for me. I mean, nothing can ever really be enough for me. But why do you want to cross over? Is the first question.
Do you want to cross over?
Now, what do you mean by crossover? Is what I should ask you now, because for me, of course, I want to increase my listenership. So if people are listening to me in China, people are listening to me in Korea, listening to me in the US, in the UK, that would be nice. Of course, I want a big reach.
Are you actively working
towards that? I mean, whatever I can do within my own power, I will do. But now, most of the time, the reason people want to cross over is because they're looking for some sort of approval from the abroad people. Looking for some sort of approval from the abroad people. But if I'm an artist creating a certain type of music, if I believe that my music is, this is how I want to create the kind of art that I'm creating, and these people appreciate my music, and these people, even if it's only these two people that appreciate my music, I appreciate them for appreciating my music. I will still continue to, of course, increase my reach, but I will not kill myself or bend over backwards because I want to get approval of abroad people.
But there's more money.
Of course, that's why I said I would like to increase my listenership,
so
because, of course, that translates to more money.
So would you? I mean, I asked a lot of you.
I wouldn't like sign a deal that would enslave me because I want to go to abroad. For example, I would not do that. So if a huge label,
you think that's happening?
I think there are a lot of people. Of course, a lot of people are signing deals. I don't know if they're enslaving themselves, but I know that a lot of people are signing deals, and most of these deals sometimes could be. I mean, I don't know what's in anyone's mind, though, so don't put words in my mouth. But sometimes it could be that you're just looking for a broad approval, and if that is the case, then that is not a good motive. But if it's just, of course, to increase your listenership, get a wider reach, everything. I subscribe to that too. Yeah. So as long as it works in everyone's favor, if you're signing a deal that works in your favor, and whoever is signing you also is happy with that deal, and everything's fine, then feel free by all means. By all means, I'm happy for you.
Do you think a lot of artists here are not very respectful of the Nigerian space anymore?
No, I don't think so. I think people still very much respect the Nigerian space. I think people know that this is like the basics. This is like home, almost like you go and play away. You go to places that you expect to conquer, but you know that you still have to come back home, and this is where you're most valued. I don't think people disrespect that. Yeah.
Fair enough. I want to talk about how you are very socially conscious. Was that also part of, because a lot of things you said here are very deliberate plans. I mean, it might have happened upon them, but then they became deliberate. Is that the same thing with how socially conscious you are?
Oh no, that one is not.
That one
It
just
was not accident. That one, see me, almost like I was born into this space. So I've never really thought that it was okay to not be humane.
Yeah.
You know, to not have a humane side of you, to not care about people's feelings or their rights or entitlements, or to not respect someone else. I've never thought it was okay. You know, just by upbringing.
So you always knew it was going to be something you would actively pursue, or actively be a part of.
I think so. I think so. Kind of. I've just always kind of known. Yeah, because it's always been in me, and even with my music since day one. You know, naturally, those lyrics just come, you know, and then, of course, I'm finally moving back. You know, I can't really exist in this sort of space and not make music that reflects what is going on. This is like the kind of air around is a very what is going on here. Like, what the fuck is this shit? like, it's a very what the fuck is this shit? And that was the awakening I got when I first moved back. Big culture shock. Like, but hold on. What's this nonsense?
Really?
Like, what is this nonsense? Man, it's mad.
I've seen people who have wondered, you know, how you're able to balance this conscious Falz with this guy who they see in clubs, you know, grabbing booty.
Apostle was here, please.
Is that a hard thing to balance, or do you even think it's a thing?
My dear, everybody out there, what do you really enjoy? Everybody.
What do you enjoy?
Everybody has what they enjoy, my dear. Leave that one. Don't you like grabbing booty?
It's not against the constitution.
I mean, if booty consents to you grabbing, then of course you go ahead, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, everyone must be well rounded, you know. You have to be well rounded, my brother. You know, if you are this
that
guy,
was too literal.
if you are this guy that's fighting for rights, who say that you cannot like whether it's booty or bosom, anyone? You know, who say why not? That's my orientation anyway. So why not? Why not? So you see, me, I play hard. I work hard, but I play hard. I turn up.
You party hard.
I turn up. Yeah. You probably see me in the club dancing with some girls. Yeah. I like it.
Has it ever bothered you that you might water down anything about you?
Not necessarily. I mean, everyone is human at the end of the day now. Everyone is human now. Am I doing anything against the law? Come on. I'm not doing anything against the law. Every human being has the freedom to go ahead and, you know, do anything that doesn't infringe on anyone else's rights. So as long as I'm not infringing on anyone else's rights, then, you know, it's okay.
You've actually been in some drama on social media with people who have, you know, sort of expressed opinions about what you stood for. From, you know, when you did This Is Nigeria, certain videos you've done. People have come for you, basically. How do you handle things like that? They've come for me. Small coming for, but I think I've had like two major coming fors. Yes. like two major coming fors. The first one was when I spoke up against Yahoo. Yep. The second, I didn't even intentionally speak up against it. It was like an interview. They asked me a question, and then I expressed my opinion, and then that was that. And the second one, very similarly, I was asked a question, I expressed my opinion, and that caught fire too. That was the issue of transactional sex. Yes. That was the second one. So these two have been major coming fors. The transactional one was quite heated. And it was almost like you were endorsing my. No. It was actually that I was against. It was that I was against. So most of the comments, the backlash was,
who are you to tell me what to do with my body?
Yeah.
You know.
Did you see the point there?
Of course. After the fact, you know, watching back, yeah, I definitely saw the point. You know, I'm in no position to tell you what to do with your body. You're free to do what you want to do with your body. At the time, what happened was that I was asked a question. I had my album listening event where I was talking about my songs, and I threw it to the crowd. Oh, he asked me a question. And somebody asked me, why is it that in your songs, you know, you make reference to Ron's girl here and there? Do you have a problem with transactional sex? What is your take on transactional sex? And then I said my take. I said my take is that I personally detest transactional sex, you know, because I didn't like the concept of it. I think that the woman in that circumstance is being commodified, and I don't really subscribe to that. And then, boom, somebody got that part of my answer, cut it up, posted it up on the Twitter. Nobody know whether they asked me any question. They just see that it's Falz talking. I'm talking passionately. Who are you to speak so passionately about me and my body? Are you mad? So a lot of the backlash was based off that. And like I said, I very much see that.
So what is your opinion now on transactional sex?
In my opinion, then, it's still like, it's the way I feel is that the woman in that circumstance is being commodified. Yes, I still, of course, feel like that. But like I said earlier on, I do realize that a video of me at the time saying that I'm voicing that kind of opinion so passionately seemed to appear as a man trying to almost instill in a woman how she should live her life. And this is a struggle that women have had to go through for so long. And a lot of that was coming from that sentiment. And I can't react to that because I see why. You know, I see why I said something and you're reacting, you're angry that I said that thing, even though I didn't mean it like that. But it's like, that's how it came off to you.
Is it different if it's a man who's been transacted?
It's not different. Nobody should be transacted. I don't believe in transaction for your body. Yeah, that's all I said, and it's still very much my belief. I don't practice it. I don't patronize. You know, I just don't believe that it's common. But like I said, every human being is free to do whatever they want to do.
Your hand is not there.
Please, anybody. If I want to do transaction from now to, please, I'm so sorry that I ever uttered such statement. Anything you want to do with your life, you are free to do. And I mean, another reason why I would say this is because it's like one of my mantra, like one life mantra that I have is live your life so much as, like, you can be as free as you want to be, as long as your exercise of your freedom doesn't infringe on another person's exercise of their freedom.
Yeah.
So,
your choice.
Exactly. Thank you very much. As long as it's your space, as long as it's your body, that's fine.
Fair enough. You mentioned the other controversy about, you know, Yahoo, and it got you tied into some drama with Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to just talk about a few beefs. How did that get wrapped up with Nice?
There was no beef.
People just made it up.
Yeah, people are looking for.
Honestly, though, because I know you guys did a video. I said,
people are looking for sweet gist now.
Do you think he thought it was about him?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. It's very possible because, like I said, as artists, we deal with a lot of struggles. It is what we are doing. So sometimes you are just like a normal person, normal human being in his house watching Instagram, you know, looking at videos and looking at comments. You're a regular person too. So it's very possible that he watched the interview and started seeing people's comments, started seeing how blogs had tried to project it.
And believed it.
And probably even believed. It's very possible.
But did you have him in mind when you were talking?
Of course not. You know, they asked me, what do you think about the culture of artists hailing internet fraudsters? That's how they asked me directly. I said, I don't subscribe to it. My dear, my opinion is what have got me in trouble. As if I'm not allowed to have opinion.
Did you reach out to him?
So I put that out, and then the backlash was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, because this Yahoo thing has become, man, It's deeper than rap. It's really deeper than rap. It's really, really deeper than rap. So there was a lot of backlash, people sending comments, people, almost like justifying fraud. Come on, man. Come on. It's laughable. Like, that's when I really saw the rot. That's when I really saw that, man, this thing deep. It's deep. It's really deep. That's when I really saw it. But for me, with both in both circumstances, I watched from afar. I was an onlooker. How dare I respond to you? Who are you? You attempt to force a reaction from me. How dare I give you that privilege of my attention? No, dear, it will not happen.
So you didn't bother?
That's my attitude. My attitude to bullshit online.
So the one with transactional sex misunderstanding, the one with the yellow thing misunderstanding, but something that seemed very deliberate.
No, it's not misunderstanding. No. I don't subscribe to alien fraud.
You of course you don't, but I'm talking about misunderstanding about
yeah, exactly. In fact, the way that blogs even put it was that Falz attacks nice.
Yes.
Falz takes jab at nice.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, of course I had to reach out to him to please, I hope it's not like you don't think it's like that. It wasn't, because of course nice is like, come on.
Yeah. The one that definitely didn't feel like a coincidence or a miscommunication was from your song Soft Work, where you said something about, even if you fake your death, you know what I mean? If you fake your death, you didn't mad. You still know if you blow.
You didn't mad.
And this was around the time when Skibby had died and resurrected. Literally.
Oh, he did?
So you definitely took a jab at him.
He did? He died and resurrected. I didn't. He did? I didn't know. I was just saying line.
No, you can't get away from this one.
It was just a line. Like
you took a jab at
him. But the meaning of that line, I'll explain to you, sir, is...
You took a jab at
Sir, the meaning of that line is...
This your English is now.
Is that you can go to any extent, but it may not still happen. It wasn't necessarily a jab at.
Yes, it was.
I mean, did he?
Did he ever reach out?
Did he fake his death?
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, if he did,
I don't know if he faked his death, but there was a story about
nobody
him
should
dying.
do that.
So, but we don't know.
Nobody should fake their death. So, if he did, then okay, then take the jab, because nobody should do that kind of thing. It's a very dangerous thing to joke with. It's insensitive, deeply. So, if he did, that's why I didn't mention names, because it wasn't for sure that he did, right? So, I didn't mention names. But if he did, then why would you do that? But I don't want to believe that he did, because that is it's a very strong thing to do.
So if he didn't,
say that again.
If he didn't fake his death, because there's the other theory that it was his record label, or I think it was Casey at the time he was signed to, who put out this thing, or I don't know. There were stories, and it wasn't necessarily Skibby who put it out.
Oh, okay.
So
it's possible.
But then it's
possible that somebody somewhere on the strategy team was sitting down in the house and talking to them and say, this will be a mad P. Let's run this P. It's possible. And they might have run the P, in quote, without him.
Yeah.
Literally, it's possible, but I mean,
I think
nobody knows what really.
For me, the last line is what is even. So you say even real talent still need promo. If you fake your own death, you still know you still no blow.
Yeah, so it's possible that you figure it out and still don't blow. That means like there's a lot, like for you to get to that point where things are working for you. There's a lot that has to be done, even though you have talent. Like say you get all the talent in the world, it's not enough. You gotta still put in that work. There's a lot to be done, and even though you now feel like you want to do something crazy, go to the lastest extent, it may still not work.
Are you friends with Skibby?
Yes, now we have a song together now. That's that do. Hey,
How did he feel about that?
About what?
The line.
He's never mentioned the line to me.
Oh, he hasn't?
No, never. I think it'd be a bit of an awkward conversation.
Do you still stand by the line, though?
Oops. No, I just told you now that if anyone would really go to that extent, then they deserve jab. Maybe even physical jab.
One more beef I found very interesting within the industry was with Vico. Don't laugh. Because this was what got him upset.
Man, I feel like for a rapper, this is like a horrible beef record.
Wow.
It's like
Falz just took shots at Nice.
I'm taking shots. Oh God. I'm taking shots at myself. I'm saying
for the record of beefs. So you're taking shots at 3 of them. They are not
worthy. Shut up. Taking shots at myself, saying that for a rapper, it's all these small things that are not even like beef. Like we've had people full on abuse themselves. Like, yeah. It just shows that, in the typical sense of the word, I may not be the typical kind of rapper, in the typical sense of that word.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier on, I'm just an entertainer. I'm just here to make entertainment.
which we're enjoying. I want to go away from music just a little bit, and it's something I said we're going to come to when you were talking about marriage. It's very weird to a lot of people that you've been in the industry for how long now?
Man, it's very difficult to count. Where did you start this from? Because
not from when you came from to go to radio station and they told you, that one does not count.
Okay, from when I blew.
When did you actively start in the industry?
See, that radio station time. That radio station time was active, running around everything. But I don't know, maybe you would say actively, maybe when I started, maybe like industry night times, when I started doing the
2012,
the double life thing. Maybe that kind of time, yeah.
So since 2012, isn't it weird that we've not been able to tie any woman to you?
It's a very interesting question. Is it weird?
Is it weird to you?
No. There have been rumors of me. There were rumors of myself and Simi.
You're somebody's wife. We knew it was not a knitting.
That's why there were rumors.
So you just rode that wave, even though most people knew there was nothing there.
I feel like most people didn't know. I feel
like you guys were doing it on purpose.
A lot of people thought it was a thing. A lot of people were rooting for us.
There are people were actually rooting for you. That's true.
They were rooting for us, but
you were having fun with that. You just
enjoying. I say entertainment. Entertainment. We're here to entertain. What do you mean? Yeah, man. And it was Simi is an exceptional artist.
Yeah.
And at the time we were making priceless music, timeless music, and we had to continue to do that, for as long as we wanted to explore that, and that was what it was.
Did you ever do a double take?
Sorry, was that? I didn't understand.
One take rapper. Gold is watching.
Exactly. I should tell you that. One take rapper, please.
No, but seriously, I find it very interesting that in 8 years, there's not been a strong link to anybody. Deliberate, or you have just been single for that long? Because I saw something you did with Tenny one time where you guys sat down with each other and said you haven't had a girlfriend for a while.
Yeah, bro.
Why?
Yeah, bro. I have actually just been single for that amount of time.
I don't believe you.
Man,
if you've dated Falz in the last,
please send a message.
Let us
if
know.
you have been my girlfriend
even if you thought you were the girlfriend and he didn't, just let us know.
That's a dangerous one, a very dangerous one.
So that's what I'm saying. Is it a deliberate action, or it just so happened that you haven't found one?
I think it's been deliberate.
Why?
Ah, man. It's been a lot of reasons. A lot of different reasons. 2008, when I was in university, that was the last time I have a girlfriend.
Who's that?
Some girl, she was Indian. She was 25 years old at the time. I was 18 years old. So I guess I have a thing for the whole that way, man.
What did she do to you that made you so closed?
Nothing. I don't think it was anything she did to me. But she did something bad to me.
What did she do?
She broke up with me via Facebook inbox. Who does that? Send the message.
And since then?
For breakup. Since no further contact. Since then, nothing. Send me a message, hey, I really like you, like what we have, but,
this is
I don't think there's a future with us, blah, blah, blah. It's never going to work. I'm light years ahead of you in terms of age, culture. There's so much difference, background. Let's not bother. If she said it to me, maybe she said it to me face to face, or
would have been different.
Or on the phone. If you still understand, actually, you have a strong point too. But Olo type, Lori Facebook inbox. Come on, dear. What's all that? I was really angry now. It's really angry. But then, since then, I was in uni at the time, so it was like, oh, just focus on your studies, get it over and done with, and don't really bother. So I didn't bother. After that, it was like, okay, I'm focused on trying to achieve some certain things. Let me not try and get any distractions in my way.
So is Adekunle Gold. So is Simi. I mean, there are people in their lives, they're not getting distracted.
People are able to make it work. so I guess some
people. So do you really have an older woman thing?
I feel like it. Maybe you. Maybe. Kind of. It's like a thing. It's like, I think it's just like it. You don't?
I'm married.
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
this boy was supposed to be in trouble. No comment.
No, I mean like guys generally just have a thing for older women. It's like, oh my god, it's her. You don't have that, no?
I mean, there are older people I've had crushes on, like Janet Jackson, who I still have a crush on. These are people who I can't. But I'm saying, is that why you think you haven't found that older woman yet? Like when you hang out with your peers.
I think the H factor wants to come out there.
Feel free.
I think the older woman thing most of the time is just some sort of fantasy. It's not like I'm necessarily looking for. Not like I'm saying, oh, before I settle down with somebody, she must be an older woman. No, it's not. I don't have criteria.
Is that why, maybe?
I move based on vibe.
You don't know what you want.
You sound like a girl I'm toasting. Following, you don't know what you want. You don't. No. What I mean is, nothing is a bar. Like nothing is forbidden.
So why are you not?
Just haven't.
Are you having too much fun?
I just haven't felt ready.
Are you having too much fun?
I'm having fun, but is there
would you get married?
That's a very good question. Very, very, very solid question. Please tell me about marriage. Tell me about marriage. How is it for you?
Marriage is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not being weird or facetious. Marriage is amazing.
Do you feel like marriage is a construct put on us by society? Like we have to get married, kind of?
I think with that, yes. I think you have to get married only if you have to.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason why you should get married because people say you should or because society says you should. Right. I'm saying I think you should only get married because you think you have to.
I see what you mean. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody thinks they have to because society says that they have to.
That's the problem.
That is the problem. And generally I don't know, man. Marriage is a very tricky one, because there are some theories, that do say that even human beings are not really meant to be monogamous in nature.
Most people think monogamy is a myth.
We need to think about these things, you know. But
You can have an open marriage.
I'm not categorically saying anything.
Would you have an open marriage?
What are the semantics of an open marriage? Does that mean that we can give anybody we want to give?
Yes.
Ish. Oh, that's a dangerous one. It's a dangerous one because it's kind of contradictory, like oxymoron. I'm going to say this is my person, but we can still give anybody.
I mean, it's a contract. That's what literally marriage is. It's a contract. So whatever is in that contract is what you guys live.
But marriage, though, in the ideal way, is not meant to be like you're not meant. It's one man, one woman.
No, no,
monogamy.
really.
Stay with that person only.
I mean,
just stay with
Islam
that person
allows,
only. Don't go anywhere
Islam
else.
allows 4 wives, right?
True.
So marriage is anything you want it to be. I think it depends on you and your partner.
Okay, you do have a point there as well.
So
I can customize my marriage. I like it. If I were to customize my marriage, I would have to customize it in accordance with what I'm doing, because I feel like this work that we're doing kind of shapes our lives, you know, and it's almost impossible to be a really thriving, successful, popping artist and at the same time
being a committed,
manage a very, very successful, happy relationship / family home. It's very tough.
Would you date someone in the industry?
Would I? Why not? Like I said, there's no go area. Oh, you can't do this. I can't do this.
Have you dated someone in the industry?
Have I dated someone in the industry? That is a good question. Don't you want to know?
Yes, you have.
No, but like I said, since 2000,
that's a yes, people.
Since 2008, I've not had a girlfriend. So
No, dated. I mean, you've gone on a date.
Oh, of course now. In this kind of industry,
Got into first or second base
a lot of beautiful women in the industry. So yes, I have gone on dates here and there. Did you say something about first and second base? Possibly.
Okay.
Maybe third and fourth, depending on what your third and fourth is.
Are these artists?
These artists. Funny enough, a musician. I don't think I've ever had anything to do with a musician. Funny enough.
Is it fair?
Maybe artists as per actors.
Yeah,
maybe,
people.
Maybe possibly. Like dates, of course, yeah. But like musician, I don't think so. You know. Yeah, the other day I was trying to think about it. I can't really think of any like musician that like. Maybe we went on a date or like we were trying to kick it.
Is it fair to call you a player? Like you? Because, I mean,
no.
It's, like I said, 8 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you're not getting some in that time.
Some of what, sir?
You're not having sex.
Sir, please, I don't fornicate. I don't, please, I don't have this record. My mother is
You're
watching.
not in a relationship in 8 years. You're definitely sexually active.
I'm 30 years old.
Are you a player? Would you call yourself a player?
I'm 30 years old. If
or is it a fair thing?
If I'm not having sex at this time.
My point exactly.
Mommy, I'm having sex. Yes, I'm having sex.
And you're single.
I'm 30 years old. Sorry, what was the question again?
I said, I'm going to repeat myself. It's all right.
Yes, please.
I said, is it fair to call you a player?
No.
You've been single for 8 years. You are sexually active, which means you are getting some.
Mm-hmm.
Or not getting some, you are getting a lot in this time. But you are not in a relationship.
A lot is relative. But no, it's not fair to call me a player. I think a player, the term player connotes a level of dishonesty, you know, a level of deceit, you know, that goes with that. because most of the time people that call players are people that have this girlfriend here, that girlfriend here, that girlfriend here. So they're playing 4, 5 people at the same time. But I don't deceive anybody. I'm a very honest and straightforward person. What you see is what you get. So if I meet you today, if I really like you, I will tell you I like you. But if you ask me, what do you want? I will tell you what I want.
God.
If you ask me, Falz, am I going to be your girlfriend? If at that point you are not I would say I don't think so, because I'm not really looking for a relationship at the moment. And I think that's the most important thing in this life. Honesty. Let's just be real with each other.
You always say that?
I'm straight up. If there's anybody that I've ever deceived in this life, if I've ever committed emotional fraud to you, with you in any way, please come forward and utter such statement. I never deceive anyone. I will say to you, this is how I feel about you. If I like you, I will tell you I like you. Of course, there are times where there are sticky situations where I like you. Let me laugh.
He said sticky.
Sticky situation. Whoa. Okay, they may like that, but yeah, I like you. I'm not wifing you. We are now involved. Maybe we're in bed together. I now start getting jealous. You know, based on that jealousy, I might make 1 or 2 statements here and there, but that maybe I don't have the right to. But it's not. I've never expected more from anyone than I can give to that person, and I think it's what. I think that is an important thing, Sha. Just to be honest with yourself. Just don't lie to anybody. This life, I just believe in being genuine. Just be a real spirit.
Are you? Oh shit! This is gonna come out so terrible. Let me just ask you: are you having a lot of sex?
What is a lot?
I don't know. What is a lot for you?
A lot is like every day.
Are you having sex every day?
No, of course.
Having sex every week?
What up, please?
So you're having sex every week?
Every week. Whew. No, I wouldn't say every week. It's too regular.
Oh, you're having sex every week?
It's too regular.
You're active.
Everywhere I was active. I'm married. Yes, I remember that.
I'm having legal sex.
I said legal, No, but everyone is having sex. Everyone is pretty much having sex. But I don't know if it's a lot, man. It depends on what a lot is.
What is a lot for you?
But it's a good amount for me. Like, it's a good enough amount for me.
So what would be a lot for you? Will every day be a lot?
Yes, now.
Would every week be a lot? Every week won't be a lot.
No, every week is not necessarily.
So you're probably having every week.
Shame, barista. That's a good one. You tried. No, shake my hand. That's a very good one. Very good one. That's what you call cross-examination at its best. Some weeks
are drier than others.
Some weeks are drier than others. The lockdown was dry, my brother. The lockdown was dry. A lot of lotion moving around.
We started off talking about 2020 and how the year has been, quite a lot. And you became sort of a focal point for a lot of people in the final parts of this year when the NSARS protest started in October. You were one of the first to come out with Runtown on the Thursday when people were saying, are we going to go out? Should we go out? Are we not sure? And I think that day sort of inspired the rest of what happened. Why did you feel the need to be that active at the start?
I've always felt the need to be, for me, I don't even know if I eventually did tweet it, but I remember just saying, I feel like this is the moment I've been waiting for the awakening.
Yeah.
You know, this awakening has to have happened. You know, there has to come a time where everyone is like, what is this nonsense? You know, and so for me it was like, yes, let's go. And I jumped out on that first day. As soon as I saw Runtown's tweet, I tweeted as well. Said, look, on this day we are going out. I'm going to be there. We're going fully in. We're not going back. We're not backing down. You know, so we went.
Had you had the SARS experience before that? Or just
I feel like everyone has had a SARS experience.
Have you had one?
Oh yeah, of course, man. I've had numerous, but maybe one that was bad. Probably one time where myself and my manager were in the car, just coming out of a filling station, and just one Hilux or something just blocked us. What happened? We just came down from the car. How far waiting before we could say one or two things. Just slap my manager. Where?
Without asking any questions.
This is a stolen vehicle. Also, we're looking at, what do you mean stolen? It's my car. This is a stolen vehicle. Slap. Come into this car. We're going to the station. They're very quick to just.
When was this?
Man, this was a few years ago, Sha. This one was a few years ago, yeah. Well, it was probably the worst of the lot, but there've been police instances here and there, harassment and abuse, and they do all sorts. They're so invasive, it's crazy. And of course, a lot of people haven't even been as lucky as we've been. They've had it worse. People that have lost their lives, and nobody deserves to die like this. Just in the hands of a cop, just an unruly.
Just because
Nobody deserves that kind of passing. So at the time, that was the sentiment that was running through my mind, and I'm sure pretty much everyone's. And that's why I went out there.
Yeah. And every day it got bigger and got stronger. There was a point where a lot of people started tweeting or talking about the fact that, oh my God, this might be the one.
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
Yes, I definitely.
At what point?
Definitely felt that. At the point where I saw that it wasn't stopping. After the first day, we went, we marched all the way to the Assistant Inspector General's office in Onika, AIG Zone 2, went there, submitted the petition, like, these are our cries. But, we're coming back in a few days' time. I think we said we're coming back in exactly a week. And if these haven't been attended to, then, it's going to be a problem, that type of thing. And even though we went back in, the next day, another set of people came out. And the next day, another set. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And in different cities, not just Lagos.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Abuja, Ogun State, Kaduna State, this state, that state. Like everywhere, everybody was springing up, And there was no sort of directive going from any center or any center point. It was just everyone just upping and moving.
Yeah.
That's when I said, man.
So you were very hopeful.
This is it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm an optimist.
But people were dying as all that was happening. I mean, we heard about Jimo Isiak, Bomosho. There were things still happening in the midst of the sort of hopefulness that was going on. How were you feeling about all that?
It was the worst. That was the worst part of it. Just the lives that we were losing, and people that were just passing away, and that was the worst part of it.
Yeah. And then October 20 happened.
Kind of, I don't know if it's weird to say, but kind of like the best part of it was just almost seeing that people,
in spite of all that, people were still like, come on, no, we are going back. Like, nobody was ready to be shaken. Everybody was like, no, we're back, we're going out. And, it was so much coordination. Big shouts to the feminist code. Look at the way they organized, raised a lot of funds and sustained everyone. A lot of people that probably in their houses were not eating well, were coming to the protest ground and getting very well fed.
So like there was abundance of everything. There was abundance of love in the air, just flowing. I had never seen any kind of setting like that before, and there weren't even really like crimes or like maybe people, how any gathering people will come and steal phone or steal this. I wasn't really hearing of anything like that. It was just good vibes. So people are just there genuinely for this cause, and knowing that we were not ready to retreat, and this is the cause. We cannot continue like this. You can't continue to kill us. You can't continue to torture us. You can't continue to extort and rob us. It's enough is enough. So that was pretty much the sentiment, the emotion that everyone was feeling, and it was great to see, man.
So all of that happened, then of course the 20th of October happened.
Yeah, Tollgate incident. Gruesome massacre. Man, it's worse.
Do you still after that feel the same way you felt? Hopeful, excited, just expectant?
Still very hopeful. Still very, very hopeful. Still believe. Still believe in a
Why so?
Because there's so much vibrance within us. There's so much in us. We can be so much more. So much potential. So much richness in our culture. So much intelligence in our people. Our people are very innovative, very industrious. There's so much in us that we have. It's like you have this potential to achieve so much, but because they're a stupid, daft, and corrupt bunch at the top of their affairs, we continue to remain in this horrible place. But I still continue to believe that there's so much more we can achieve. Yeah.
Said stupid, daft, corrupt. It's just try not to.
We know now. We all know.
Not to.
We all know a lot of people in power. They're just there because they were thinking about their pockets, how they will line their pockets when they get there.
Yeah.
So people are occupying office they don't know anything about.
Have you been harassed in any way since this happened? Because we've heard about people's passports taken, people's bank account frozen.
I wasn't a part
but
of.
you were very active. So
very. I was at the top. I was at the top of things, but I wasn't a part of any of those things you mentioned.
You worried about being?
I'm not worried, though, my brother. They asked me on CNN the other day. Now, Aman Paul asked me that are you not afraid for your life? Blah blah blah. She go funny. Is he not funny? What am I? What's there to be afraid of, my brother?
Do you think that's a fallen of privilege you enjoy?
No. That's not even what I'm not saying. I'm not afraid because I don't think anything can happen to me. But I'm saying, what is there to be afraid of? Isn't it laughable? What am I fearing? Death? As a Nigerian existing in this space, bro, I'm waiting to die. Because any small accident, the healthcare is in shambles. Then nobody's going to be able to rescue me or resuscitate me. Or any small illness. And the body, the human body is so fragile, as strong as it looks. Anything can happen at any time. You have small complication here. Oh yeah, we want to do surgery. Let us gather money to fly him to India. Why? There is no hospital here that they don't have equipment. What the fuck? I'm probably still going to die in that way then. There's so much poverty in the land. The ordinary man there cannot eat 2-3 square meals. He will probably die of starvation. Brother, which kind of life are we living? Anyway.
It was almost a full circle moment for you and your dad. I mean, you grew up watching your dad getting detained and being this hero and activist. And now you are at the forefront of this. What was he saying to you?
I think my dad was probably just as excited, as I was. Because he said to me that in his over like 40 years of activism, he had never seen anything like this before. This was an uprising. This was consistent. It was fervent. It was organic, resilient. Nobody was willing to back down, and it was everywhere at the same time. Prior to this, a lot of the protests they had seen were maybe sectional. Maybe a section of the country here in the north and the south, but this was everywhere. Everyone was. He had never seen anything like that. So, just telling me that, just almost expressing how happy he was to witness all that.
Yeah.
And this is a different generation, though. This is a different generation, my brother.
Do you think? So it's sort of a 1, 2, 3-part question. Do you think 1, protests work?
Of course.
2, do you think this protest achieved anything? 3, do you think a lot of people, like you said, this is a different generation? Do you think a lot of people in this generation have been sort of demoralized?
What was the first question again?
Things have evolved. Do you think protests work?
Of course, I definitely think protests work.
Do you think this protests work?
I think
this protest worked.
I think this protest worked. I definitely think this protest worked. Because nothing can ever be the same again after what we've been through, bro. It's not the same anymore. We've shown. I saw a quote somewhere and I've held on to it. The power of the people is greater than the people in power. And we've shown this. We've exhibited that. They've seen that. Whoa. This is crazy. These guys are unhappy about this. And there's absolutely nothing we can do about that because it's the people. The people. And everybody has seen now that all we have to do is come together, strategize, move together. As long as we stay together and we move together, as long as everybody continues to believe that this goal can be achieved, it will be achieved. So I think this protest definitely worked, and a lot of people
demoralized.
You can't inevitably, these kind of things will happen, especially because of the 20th of October incident. It was so gory, so heartless, bro. It's unheard of. Your own soldiers, your military sworn to protect the country, coming and shooting at civilians that were waving flags
and singing the
national. What kind of soldiers are those? A lot of people say, soldiers are like robots. Soldiers act based on instruction. Come on, man. If you give me instruction to kill myself, will I kill myself? Am I mad? A soldier man should see me in him. He's protecting me. I'm him. Everything he stands for is me. Everything he's doing in his life is to protect Nigeria as it is. But he's following instruction of a stupid man. A stupid man that does not understand the plight of the ordinary man down there. He's following that instruction. He's coming there and he's opening fire anyhow, wasting lives. Come on, man. Man, it was terrifying to watch. For nights, I was disturbed. Bro, I shed tears, man. I cried. It was horrible. It was the worst thing. The worst thing ever that I've ever witnessed by far. By far. Man.
There are people who have said that the protests should have stopped at some point. Do you think that's true?
Everyone can argue this, should have that, but man, that is no ground, that is no excuse, that is no, reason for this sort of massacre, man. Everyone can argue this or that, but, at the end of the day, the reason why people didn't stop is because the amount of trust remaining for these, I've run out of words to use for them, bro. The amount of trust remaining for this government is It's this much. Nobody. So even though they said, oh, hey, we are doing this, we're setting up the panel, we're doing that, nobody believed. Also because no real moves were made. Yeah, you're setting up, we'll do it then. Put it on TV, let everybody see. So that was why nobody was stopping, I think. Because at the end of the day, it's not only me involved. I told you people were rising up from different parts of the country, unprovoked, ungingered, uncalled. Everybody was standing up on their own. There's no leader, there's nobody that is coordinating. My brother, it's the most organic movement Nigeria has ever seen. So that, it's crazy, man. You can always say you should have this, should have that, but come on, man. There's no excuse for this rubbish.
How would you describe this current government?
Man. Maybe I wasn't conscious enough. I have enough cognizance, of course, in my younger days to be well aware of what it was back then. But in my aware days, it's probably the worst ever. It's the most insensitive, the most absent, the most disconnected. Man, it's so shocking. It's like you're supposed to be ruling this set of people, but you don't even communicate with them. You don't even feel any sort of empathy towards them. But these people are people that are supposedly put you in power to serve. Buhari needs begging before he comes to address us. He needs begging. Please, so come and talk to us. Bro, in any country, just don't want to make reference to the West alone. Any country in the world, bro, one bad incident happens that maybe just one life is lost. There is a lot of compassion. There is an instant reaction from the government. There is no value for life here. It's crazy. And it just makes us to think that, are these guys monsters? Are these guys monsters? Like, have we really gotten to this point? We don't even care again. Bro. It's crazy, man. And it's as if we look up and look out, it's happening all around Africa. In Uganda, this tyrant called Museveni has been there for like almost 40 years and refuses to let go of power. Everybody knows what happened with the Zimbabwe guy. What's his name again? Mugabe. It's wild, man. What is wrong with the black man? On ourselves. Man.
Do you think Nigeria is a lot of people believe Nigeria is inevitably on a downward slide? Do you think it's beyond redemption?
I don't think. I mean, like I said, I'm an optimist, so I would almost never think anything is beyond redemption. But I don't think Nigeria is beyond redemption. Of course, it will take time to get back to the point. But if there were an upward trajectory, everyone would be able to see.
And you can't see it.
We can't see that yet. We cannot see that yet. And I feel that for us to be able to get there, we need people in power, because not just one person. Okay, there are a lot of people in government, and government has different arms. Everything has to work together. But people in power have to genuinely believe in the ideology that is Pan-Africanism. This is what if you look at all the greats, look at all the political greats, look at all the heroes, they've always all subscribed to Pan-Africanism. We have to look inward, realize the good in yourself, rather than looking outward for approval, looking outward for what you can bring in. That's what's killing us, bro. We import everything. Everything you have here, everything you have here is imported, bro. And there's even a thing like there's a.
So it's not local.
It's not local. It's imported. Are you mad? Are you fucking mad? What do you mean it's imported? Why is it imported? You know, so we've drowned so much in that mentality that imported now to us is cool. We don't believe in who we are again now. It's Oyinbo. Anything Oyinbo now. Hey. And that's why I was speaking earlier about I'm not deeply concerned about international. Maybe I want to do international feature. I want to do international this, international deal that. No, because I'm not looking for no approval from anybody. I am my own person. You know, I'm a rich African entertainer thriving in my space. You know, and selling African culture to the world. That smoke, I was afraid.
They said African.
Giving us inspiration. Selling the African culture to the world, bro. And not until we see the good in ourselves can anybody else see the good in us. We're shouting Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. But these black people here, of course they don't think our lives matter because they came to shoot us at the toll gate. The fuck? It's crazy.
Would you get in politics?
Politics as it's practiced here right now is a lot of jargons.
But you know, your father's generation was accused of, you know, a lot of the reason why we're where we are today. The fought for this democracy. When it was time to take power, they all sort of stood back. And things have become the way they have become.
I really,
and it's the same reasons.
Yeah,
politics, the way it's practiced here, I don't want to get my hands dirty. So who's going to do it? Would you do it?
You have a strong point, and I really subscribe to that argument. You know, us. When I say us, I mean the younger generation, the more enlightened generation, the Sorosuke generation, have to step forward at some point and say, "Come, I'm running for here. I'm running for here. I'm running for here." Right now, as I am, I've never had any political ambitions, and I still don't have anything I'm doing, whatever activity I'm involved in is compassion. It's empathy. It's just knowing that it's just not okay to come and shoot another human being. It's just compassion that every normal person should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might be doing politics. You just haven't decided.
Yeah, I don't have any plans right now, Sha. I don't have any plans.
Fair enough.
Right now, yeah.
We'll be watching this space for all the moves you make. Before we leave now, let's talk Quam City very quickly. Congratulations on that.
Quam's money.
Quam's money, sir. What did I say? Quam City, Quam's money.
Quam's money. Yeah. Yeah, man. Big blockbuster coming out December 11th. Collaboration between Film One, Inkblot, and of course House 21, which is my production company, which I set up this year, by the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Pandemic Records.
Yeah. That is exactly very accurate. Yeah. You know, thankful. I'm grateful that it's something I've always wanted to do. You know, film is something I deeply enjoy, and you know, being a filmmaker is one thing I've always wanted to do. So being able to take that big step, you know, was great. So this is the first collaborative effort that we're putting in. It's of course we're making the film with Film One and Inkblot. They both deeply experienced in the field, so you know it's good for us to sort of learn the ropes. It's the first film that Falz the bad guy is playing lead role, actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, actually. It's my first lead. Everything I've played. Eh?
Small wakapas.
I mean, it's not
small assistants.
we can't call it wakapas because wakapas is maybe like one scene.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That makes sense.
Wakapas is like one scene, but like most of my roles haven't really been like lead. They've been like supporting roles, and you know.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
Nervous? Excited?
I am both.
Yeah.
Both, you know, like with every first. It's both.
Yeah.
Excited about the new adventure, but nervous about how it could go.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well. Fingers crossed.
Go see Quam's Money, man.
Please make sure you go and watch Quam's Money out in all cinemas December 11. Make sure you purchase a ticket. Go and watch it multiple times.
Or two.
Take your girlfriend, take your mom, your dad, your
Sidekick.
sister, brother, everybody. Please, thank you.
It's quite interesting that through the pandemic you were inspired to do a film and not music.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because everybody dropped an album this year.
yeah, I was inspired
What
to
happened?
do. I was inspired to do music too. Of course, I was recording music. I recorded so much during the pandemic. I just didn't release an album. But right now,
Are we expecting an album?
right now, I'm probably sitting on like 3 albums.
When are you dropping the first one?
Most likely early next year.
Okay.
With the pandemic, the way everything has been as well, is also kind of uncertain. Everyone kind of feels like they need to really calculate, and sometimes I overthink and overcalculate. But yeah, a lot of people dropped albums this year.
It was like every 2 days.
I mean, there's nothing else for us to do now.
I almost dropped an album.
My dear, since January to maybe until we started doing all this virtual show, we did not see anything performance now. Where do you want to perform, my brother? Where do you want to? Who is doing the show?
Who is watching you?
No concert. Nothing is happening anywhere. So of course we will release. If
You have to be inspired.
I say I'm supposed to release. I've released 3 albums.
Please
by
drop
now.
it.
Yeah,
Wow,
early next year I'll start. And where I am right now musically is a happy place. It's a happy place. It's an experimental place.
Yeah.
It's a lively place. I'm making a lot of music that's lively. There's a lot of sounds that are foreign. There's a lot of sounds that are also very local. So it's a great fusion. I've always been a big fan of fusions and collaborations and all that stuff. So, this where I am right now musically, I'm very excited about it. It's very like lively. It's very happy. Yeah. So, a lot of music that is coming out will be that mood.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Appreciate, man.
For Larry Falz, the bad guy. Falana. So many F's.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ibuka.
Great stuff today. We're looking forward to Quam's Money. Please go see it in cinemas. Thank you for everything you did with the End SARS protests. And I say that very honestly because a lot of us were very inspired and excited to see that you were very vocal and continue to be.
Always.
And,
Always.
fought for those who couldn't be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very important. And looking forward to the new music.
Thank you.
Whenever it drops.
Thank you.
He might not be getting married.
I mean, I've just dropped one.
Yes.
Squander. Featuring Niniola, by the way. Go and check it out.
Actually, welcome back to
check it
Niniola. Niniola, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for being here today.
Appreciate it.
And be safe out there.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Peace.
Awesome stuff.
Opio is coming, says on the beat, hey.